I know I say this, but a lot is going on behind the scenes. Every single day, yeah, and I know I've mentioned this, we're all over the world. Dave's on the complete opposite. So it's 24/7. Our executive chat, our mod chat, it's constantly going. Work never stops on this coin. So I know I've said this before. We're a startup. We're building real utility. We're building real change in an industry, both MMA and crypto Web3 space, that takes time. Both of these industries that we're centered in, they're ripe for change. That's why we're here. That's why there's an opportunity for us. I can confidently say I've never been more bullish on the future of MRI than I am today. I'm totally confident that our movement from 10 million to 50 million and 50 million to 500 million and 500 million to a billion is going to happen violently. It's not going to happen, like slow burn. It's going to happen violently. And it's going to happen violently because of some of the updates that we're about to give today. In order to do that, we here as a team, there's a group of 20 plus individuals I speak to every single day that are working on this project. We're all a part of the community. Y'all know how wildly passionate you are about the mission. The team is the exact same way, and that's why we hold each other accountable. Because of that, because we have such a deep belief in our mission, in our coin, in our fight club, we believe we are extremely undervalued right now. And we believe that the products and services that we are going to launch have the ability to generate significant value. We've got a couple significant updates for you. So the first, we are going to completely front the money to build the OTC platform ourselves and own 100% of its revenue and profit immediately from the jump. That's number one. Number two, the entire profit share that was allocated to the Shape team is now going to go directly to Fight Club holders and MRI coin holders. There's no other way to put. We believe in our community. We believe in our brand, and we wanted that for all of us. There's no other way to kind of put it. So with that, we've got some more alpha, that we're gonna, put into this spaces. But I'll kind of, stop there for a second. Bryce, wanted to see if you wanted to add any more comments to that. Maybe before we've been, by the way, guys. So we've been building a couple different products that we're going to get to here in a minute. I'm gonna break. But these products, including the underlying technology for the OTC, have been being built for weeks now. So this isn't, we've kind of been planning, both path A and B, but we have significant progress on both of those fronts, and the value is going to come. It's going to come. This is my personal opinion with the volume that's being generated in this lower market cap coin space. I don't think that we're missing out on significant revenue into those platforms at this current date. So I think it's a good time to be building. But again, that's just my opinion. So while we're on the opinion space, Bryce, let me get you to jump in here and give your first comments from my opening.
With the OTC platform, it's looking great so far. There's to have the ability to again partner or to pair other tokens that will allow for, I don't want to say universal, but in essence, be able to swap in and out of tokens amongst traders themselves on a whole DeFi scale is truly incredible. It's something, again, that hasn't been seen before in the space. For those who are familiar with whale swaps, they're pretty popular on centralized exchanges, but as we've seen, sometimes DeFi rules is what I will say, especially with the news that came out over the last week in regards to everything else. So I'm extremely excited to be able to move forward with this, and I know we're going to be talking about it more throughout the next couple of weeks once we have more information that we can unveil with it. But I know we also have some other stuff that we'd love to discuss today. So I'll hand back over to Doc and we can proceed.
Yeah. Thank you. And you're exactly right, Bryce. There's it all comes down to how big of a brand name are you? How good of a relationship do you have with your holders to be able to generate? And we've got some incredible branding exercises that we're going through of how we can position this to generate the most revenue possible. The next alpha update, all of these, I think I've been potentially arguing internally they should get their own spaces because they are big enough to hold their own spaces. But before we get to Dave with my favorite one, I think this one is, if Dave is 1A in the spaces, this is about to be 1B. We have also been building an MRI sportsbook for the past month. I saw screens of it yesterday. We have very similar in the OTC platform. We have gone out, fronted the money. We have hired, and they are now under the MRI team in terms of the engineers that are building this out. We are excited to announce a percentage of those profits will also be going to the Fight Club holders and the coin holders. And so now when you hear me in the last couple of spaces talk about this utility belt of crypto products with this sports book that is going to be crypto centric, where you are going to be able to just bet with your wallet, similar to a partnership that we had, Mystic Bets. It was one of the most popular things when we were, having our run up, was people watching the fights and betting with Mystic Bets. You're going to be able to do that all under the Marshall Inu umbrella. That's the utility belt of products that we're going to be building under. This is already under active development. We said dates, the OTC platform. Bryce is right. We are not going to put a date on that. We're confident we're going to deliver the sports book in the next 60 days. And it's a big undertaking to do that. It's a large engineering lift, but we're very, very confident we're going to be able to do that. So we are going to hold an entire spaces just on the sports book. We have an entire team that is dedicated to it. They have been incredible in coming up with the mocks and the architecture and how do we make it so that it is, a one of a kind sports book that here's my segue to it that I'm pretty excited about. You will be able to place bets on our first Marshall Inu Fight League event. And so with that, I'd like to introduce now formally the president of our Marshall Inu Fight League, Mr. Dave Leduc. Welcome to the stage, sir. I am super excited about the work you've been doing. I'm super excited about what you're going to announce here today. And I think this is the most bullish thing that has happened in Marshall Inu history. The Fight League, your vision for it is nothing short of inspiring, and I'm super excited to hear you speak today.
Well, thank you, Doc. Thank you for this warm welcome. I'm super excited for everything. Like everything you've said about the MRI umbrella really ties into what we just announced. Like Doc just said, very excited to be, the first president of the MRI Fight League, which will be called the Marshall Fighting Championship, MFC. And on a side note, Ian, I'd love you to be our there for the first event and commenting, because you did a hell of a job on the last one, on the last show you did. Guys, this, like Doc said, is I don't think you guys can comprehend how big this can be, because it will be intrinsically tied with everything that we have under the MRI ecosystem, meaning that the sports book, the OTC platform, everything is going to be linked to this. Hear me out. By the way, Doug, I just basically received my freshly fitted suit from my man in Dubai. So I will be. You guys will see me in a suit very soon because I will be physically going to all the events, obviously, and I will get to the first location very soon in my notes. But so. Um, Basically, we're about to make history in crypto and MMA because this is going to be the first 100% fully cryptocurrency based combat sports promotion. Again, fully cryptocurrency based combat sports promotion, meaning, and why we're going to make history with this is because. Yes, we've heard some, some leagues have given bonuses in crypto. They've given, maybe even like some out of the blue. They ask, "Oh, can I get paid in Bitcoin?" Like as a joke or whatever. Like, yes, that's great for the entire crypto universe. But we will be giving fighters salary only in our native cryptocurrency. And my answer to people, oh well, I don't have a MetaMask. Well, make one. We'll help you make one. Oh, I don't like crypto. Well, you don't have to fight for us. That's simple as that. Like we are trailblazers in our industry, and this is going to be basically, I'm a no bullshit guy. So we're going to basically, you know, give this huge platform because we have a massive community on social media and our holders and worldwide, even people that don't even hold the token or NFTs have eyes and they're monitoring every fucking thing we're saying we're doing. So obviously there's going to be a lot of MMA coverage, a lot of crypto coverage. It's never been done before. So 100% fighters salary paid in crypto. Fight performances performance bonuses are going to be paid as well in our MRI token. But the added thing, and that's for our holders of the MRI Fight Club collection. Um, the added as well, like you're getting, let's say, I think we were looking at a $500 bonus for each for to start off our events. Obviously, it's going to rise up because we have high expectations for the league. At first, I think we're looking at $500 for each fight of the night, KO of the night, stuff like that, and plus the winners of these bonuses are gonna receive NFT from the collection. But now you're asking, so where is it gonna come from? So basically, the team, the MRI is gonna buy from the collection these NFTs, and that's why as a holder you should be excited, is because it's basically like a form of a floor sweep. But where I think it's extremely clever is that we will never buy the floor. Okay, I repeat, we will never buy the floor. So that means that if you're the last one listed, I'm gonna list it low. Well, MRI will never buy it. So what we're gonna see is basically a higher floor price. Strategies. If you're listed lower, you're going to want to list it higher because you want to get bought up by the MRI and basically be this will be distributed to our fighters in the MFC. So we can go deeper into this later, but I'm very excited about this because we plan to host many events. So therefore, there's going to be a lot of the NFTs that are going to be bought by the team. To continue on this, I will just
Let
announce.
me.
Yeah, go ahead. That's
There,
good.
it's absolutely amazing. I'm again. I'm always inspired to hear you. Let me just put an actual fighter, somebody that's fought in the largest league, in the world. Obviously, you have Dave yourself. Let me put Mr. Ian Highness right on the spot of like Ian. Like, give me your like initial thoughts on this of being able to be fully paid in crypto, having a crypto native fighting championship, having all of these things under the martial, like we are fighting for fighters. What's your thought on how a fighter's mentality would be in approaching a fight under a martially new fight league?
Yeah, I mean, this is incredible. I'm typing this up right now. I want to announce the breaking news. Let me read this to you and just make sure, Dave, I'm not butchering it. Breaking news: Martial is starting the first ever crypto-based combat sports promotion. Fighters will be paid in native token MRI and receive an NFT. You will also be able to place bets in crypto on the fights. This is the first of its kind in history. And is that decent, Dave?
Ian, you basically stole the words out of my mouth. It cannot be more perfect than this.
Amazing, bro. Well, I will get this tweeted out in a second, but my initial thoughts is I'm excited, man. We're always looking for innovation, and Marshall Inu just continues to be the first mover in everything. Now we're gonna have a full-on fight promotion that is crypto-based. Like, how cool is that? Like a fighter, fighters especially. If they're not in the UFC, they're not in Bellator, they're not in the biggest promotions, they're not making that much money. Now they can win cryptocurrency, and it would be cool to also do like some sort of Marshallino bonus, maybe, the same way that we started it in the UFC, a fan favorite picked by the Telegram. That would be amazing. But now the fighters have the opportunity. Hey, do I need this money right now? I can take, the full amount out if I need to. If not, I can take half out. I can let it ride. I can let the money grow, accumulate. You see the growth in Marshallino, as far as the ecosystem, the innovation that they're doing. And I do believe now that the markets are starting to finally take a turn, you're going to see the projects that have been grinding, that have been consistent, and that have been building during the bear market. And that's what I'm seeing out of Marshall Inu. And not only that, I love first movers. And Marshall Inu has checked so many boxes of being the first mover, changing the entire MMA community, shaking up even the power strong UFC, shaking it up, shaking it to its core, where its sponsors had to scramble to try to do something similar just because it was such a great idea. So I think this is absolutely amazing for the Marshallino ecosystem, for cryptocurrency in general, and just for the world to see cryptocurrency and just meeting a new community, meeting a real life utility. And yeah, Dave, I would love to come commentate. I'm sure the location of the fight, but if I can, I will definitely fly out. I would love to commentate and get to know some fighters from over that way, and do this promotion justice, because this is going to literally make history. You're going to see the first crypto based fight promotion, and who knows where this expands to next.
Well said, Ian. Like, who knows where it can go? Everything starts, at some place, and we already start with a huge community. When UFC started back in the days, it was a French sport, et cetera, et cetera, and it grew to a multi-billion-dollar business. And now, basically, everything is paved, and now we have, sky's the limit for us. And you touched something important. You said, building these guys, and there's a lot of people that don't have, they cannot make the step right away to Bellator. They cannot make the step right away to UFC, and some fighters even said, like, I have trouble finding fights sometimes. Well, that's the cool part. I think one of our we're eyeing some kind of slogan in MRI, MFC, creating champions. So the goal would be to basically get from the ground up, rise fighters from the ground up, get them paid. We're even talking in the exec group, like that fighters can get, champions of the MFC could get a lot of perks with monetary perks and all that stuff, until they're dethroned. And so there's a lot of excitement because sky's the limit. We are controlling all this, and you talk about location. So let me give you guys. Basically an alpha, like Ian likes to say. By the way, I never heard that word before you, and I love it. Let's drop an alpha. So the location. So obviously the location right now everything is evolving rapidly. I just finished before the spaces. I finished a call with my friends in Eastern Europe, and we have decided that the first location of the MFC will be on European soil, and we have a great connection for basically every. Just so you guys understand, there will be district, or call it, like, let's say, national or regional president of the MFC in Latin America, Europe, Asia, and so these guys are going to be helping. Basically, our feet are going to be our hands and our feet in each locations, because we're not going to be only tied in USA, because crypto is worldwide. We have to cover all spaces. So first location will be in Slovakia. That's very exciting, very exotic for a lot of people that never crossed the ocean like this. So Slovakia is very a lot of tough fighters over there. There's a lot of promotion and there's a lot of tough fighters. So we're going to be able to see neighboring countries as well, from Poland, Czech Republic. There's already a card being made as we speak, guys. So this is very exciting, and this will establish a proof of concept for the MFC. And while we're working in the back door and the back end on USA, Colombia, Costa Rica, even I want to go. I lived 1 year in Dubai, so I have a lot of connections in Dubai. So we can also ultimately host some in Dubai. And I just want to give you guys a little bit, a little insight of what's happening in my mind right now. Doc said a word I really like. Said crypto-centric, and crypto-centric mean like where crypto is really used and utilized. And for example, we don't think about this a lot, but I'm not sure how many the exact population of the United States, but we're talking hundreds, over 100 of 140 million, I believe, or Russia is 150, Canada is 35 million, and basically in countries like Nigeria, 206 million people, and a large percentage of the population uses crypto and invests in crypto. And we're talking like 200 million people. So an event in Nigeria is very possible down the road. And we can, raise champion in Nigeria, raise champions in Latin America, and all this. And again, I'm saying at one point we can have champions facing champions. And again, in tied with what we have, we can bet on this. So we're basically building independently. All the entire ecosystem will be very exciting to be a part of. I'm the more I speak about it, the more I'm excited. I wanted to basically just quickly name our team that is being constructed as we speak. My right hand man, the beast, Chris Garrido, based in Colombia, will be the COO, Chief Operating Officer, and we will be both attending the events in Slovakia to basically cut the ribbon. Press conference, everything is going to be the media's. It's going to be very exciting. Marketing Director Erman Kasuadi is going to be in charge of making sure marketing is on point. The creative directors ABG and ET, you guys know them. They're basically two wizards on making the graphic designs and videos. And that brings me to one part, is the matchmaking. And that's something that's very exciting. So the lead matchmaker itself is still vacant. We still have to determine who it is. But I hope you guys open your ears right now, because this is exciting for both the MRI, the MRI. But actually, this is more for the. It's all tied, but this is for the MRI Fight Club NFT holders. Okay, guys. So we will have. See, there's already a verified holders section on the Discord, but MRI Fight Club NFT holders, all of them, doesn't matter if it's a legendary, epic, common, all of you guys will, if you prove that you're a holder on the blockchain, will have a say in the proposed match, the proposed fights. For example, we have these two guys, these two. Okay, so you vote. You want that. You want that. So not only you can put your grain of salt in which guys you want to see fight, but you can also bet on it. You can also attend on it for free, because, by the way, every holders, it doesn't matter again if what kind of type you have. Every holders will have a free attendance online. So again, because the goal here is to make history, and to not take any more money from anybody that's not in the ecosystem. So everybody that is not in a fight club has to pay full price for the ticket. Everybody that's already in the fight club gets free entrance. That's fucking cool. Not only you can be there for free, you can see the match that you voted for happen between under your eyes, either live or on pay-per-view, because we're going to stream it. Again, so many things to say. The other part I wanted to, it's also for the that's a little sneak peek, and I'm just gonna say a sentence out of it, because it's very big. And this is specifically for the top. Again, so please open your ears, guys, for the top Fight Club NFT holders. So everybody that has amongst the top NFTs, so the most valuable ones, will have a profit sharing with the MFC. So at a yearly date, there will be the logistics still needs to be determined, but it will be an airdrop, and it will be a way to distribute the profits that are be generated from the league to a select few people from the top holders of the NFT collection. So again, legendaries, of course, are going to be part of this. So this is very exciting. So this I'm responsible for making sure that this league is a success, using all my blood, sweat, and tears of all my connections that I've used along those years. There's so many things on the table, and the rest, making sure that the everybody is happy. We have a massive team behind this. The only thing that you guys have to worry about is that, are we holding Samurai, and are we holding at least a few NFTs? Because I think the entire ecosystem right now is being set up in a way that it's gonna provide utility for the MRI token, and it's gonna provide massive utility for the NFT collection as well. Again, by the way, if you're whatever it's in the world, so not everybody is located in USA. If you want to make a trip one day to one of the events, you just have to again provide your wallet, and you're getting free entrance to the fight in Dubai, in Nigeria, Costa Rica. It doesn't matter. So basically, we're creating a worldwide fight club. Mic drop.
It is worldwide fight club. I mean, I know what I was going to say. I got lost in honestly everything you were saying because I'm just so excited. So it's really important for everybody here to know this. Kind of, you may have mentioned this before, but an investing strategy that I've used that has proved to be incredibly successful for myself, and it also really even hiring individuals and whatnot. You bring on or you invest in people that are passionate about something, and you get the fuck out of their way. This is not, yes, I think this has always kind of been a natural progression, if you will, for us to, go into an MRI FC. You guys, this is born out of Dave's mind. This is not like, oh, let's kind of find somebody that this is like everything you're hearing. Obviously, you can't fake hearing what Dave has, just said and announced. This is born out of his mind. This is something that, as a fighter, that he's seen across the world. I don't think everybody can understand the global aspect. And with us around 10,000 holders right now, there are millions of fighters, millions of MMA fans across the world that are now going to be introduced to a brand that is forging crypto in the mixed martial arts sport. I don't think that can be understated. And to have a worldwide superstar like Dave as its president, to me, this is us putting our best foot forward. I'll even just come up. People like Joe Rogan back Dave Leduc. They are in full support of the Dave Leduc brand. I don't know what more you want a better person to head up this fight championship than Dave Leduc. So Dave, absolutely amazing. I'm super excited about everything that's coming for our holders, like you just said, the matchmaking, the entry, all of these utility that's going to be given to them. And that's not even obviously the first part of the spaces that we announced. So I'm super excited. I think we should just keep on. Let's keep the spaces going up. Dave, you and I have extensively talked about why Wyoming and why it's the state. I think it might be the most bullish. Why Wyoming? Why would we really be able to shoot out the Marshall Inu brand worldwide if we got Wyoming?
I'm super excited that Ian, because otherwise we would have speaking about this. Thanks, Ian. Basically, Wyoming, we've touched base on the very first spaces I jumped on. I think Chael was there, and we spoke quickly about Wyoming. And basically, the Wyoming, well, I know very well because I fought my last fight there in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Very cool. One of the most, again, like I said, Wild West. Everybody was carrying a piece. I'm a big self-defense. I love guns. So I love that everybody was, very some of the kindest people I've met everywhere, and big smiles, but they're protecting themselves, which I fully support. And basically, like the Wild West in a saloon, basically, and we they put a cage in there in the I think the Outlaw Saloon. The name is epic as well. And the reason why, well, again, obviously established a great relationship with. The commissioner there, the combat commissioner in Wyoming, very flexible. They were able to add headbutts, and already they had bare knuckles, so they had to tweak the rules a little bit to allow my sport Letway. And basically, I just need to confirm the naming. I don't want to mess it up. Cynthia Loomis is basically born and raised in Wyoming, and not only anywhere in Wyoming, but she's born in Cheyenne, where I basically had my last fight, and she's one of the most bullish crypto proponent, right? So I am 110% confident that for our first crypto-based MMA promotion in Cheyenne, we would have the honor to have Senator from the Republican Party, Cynthia Loomis, at the event, at the MRI, the MFC event. So this is, again, extremely bullish. And the coverage that would come from this, well, I have, I think Ian and I have a lot of connections in the media world, and this would freaking explode. So I think that's what Doug wanted to pull out of my mouth right now.
Yeah, guys, to have a United States senator, and Dave, was even speaking more bullishly when we were talking about it, because for them, what they're always searching for, with everything, and I think probably the larger population is a little bit tired and sick of politics, if you will, because it's just shoved down our throats, every single day. But they're always searching for a narrative, and not only is this a narrative, but it's something that we're all here because of crypto. We all believe in the decentralization of finance. Shoot, you got the Tornado Cash news. This my goodness, the downfall of that's been happening this week is just absolutely ridiculous. Like, yes, let's get out the bad actors, but there's also a lot of great things that come from something like Tornado Cash for privacy. But that aside, this is a huge narrative for a United States senator to get behind a crypto-centric fighting championship that's hosted in her state. Yeah, she's going to get behind that. So
Doc, right now she's basically putting on a bill. She's trying to pass a bill, which is crypto regulation bill, and obviously she's a big proponent of crypto. She loves it, and basically it's taking some time to get approved, and it's looking like it's gonna be approved like next year. So that would be a huge proof of concept for her to basically be there, shake hands again. In a way, I don't know if she can say like, oh, I would look at the camera. I love MRI. Maybe she will, because I've seen politicians do that sometimes, right? They kiss babies, they do a lot of stuff. But the basically just her presence there, having a senator there is at the press conference. It's huge. I can pull it off, and basically we can have. I think it's necessary in order to pass all these bills. They need to do public appearances, and I think it's very we're very distinguished gentlemen, especially if me and Ian wear a suit. I think she's going to want to take a picture with us.
I love it. Well, Dave, there is going to be, especially with this announcement, there's going to be, I just think of the content opportunities and the ability to speak, and as we've gone through this crab and bear market a little bit with the Marshallino brand, you get to see. You really get to, maybe chat slows down a little bit. You get to see who your holders are and develop a relationship. Like our core holders, they love MMA. They want to talk about the fights. They want to talk about matchups. They want to talk about, different odds. This is now, we're going to have the opportunity. I think you mentioned or whatnot. Yes, we're of course going to do professional fights. We're of course going to do amateurs. That we want to support those fighters. We even talked about celebrity fights as well, and we're absolutely going to be having those types of fights, and having them go under our umbrella, and that's just more eyes, more opportunities to talk about this. So guys, we are going to be having spaces that are completely dedicated to this fight championship. We are super excited for it. 3 little announcements. We are absolutely going to be having the mini doc, the Marshallino mini doc, come out later next week. We'll be releasing that on its own day. We will also be having the Marshallino podcast that we taped at UFC 278, which I'd love to bring Ian up here. I'm sorry it got you sick. Maybe I hope it didn't set you back on too many training days. I'm not going to announce the other about the a Marshall Mansion of where we're going to be doing our next one. But Ian, tell me a little bit about the experience in the Marshall Mansion. How was it? What was the vibe? What can we expect kind of in the podcast? Let's hear it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was one of the best weekends of my life, and I know for a lot of other people's. Like, it was definitely top 10 as far as, we showed up. We had this 10,000 square foot mansion, which was just immaculate. Had a spiral staircases, library, tons of rooms. It was really set for entertainment. Huge living room, huge kitchen, and then the pool with 3 jacuzzis. So it was set up perfectly. We showed up. It was so cool to meet some of the investors, some of the NFT winners that won the contest. We got to meet them and their plus ones, hang out with them, and they had a blast that night. I went to sleep early because I knew we had a big day tomorrow on the fight day, and that's when the fighters showed up around 11 o'clock, 12-ish. They pulled up. They got picked up, shuttled in a stretch Hummer, which was huge. It was awesome. They picked them all up, brought them over to the party. The investors came, and we just hang out, man. We had a DJ. We had Chris G making all this food. We had hamburgers, brats. People were playing beer pong. Man, people were just having fun. It was a really good vibe. It was really enjoyable. I snagged a few of the fighters, got a bunch of interviews. We jumped on a podcast and just talked about MRI. And everyone just had a really good time. We loaded up in the stretch Hummer, which fit about 25, 30 people. And we went out to the venue and watched the fights, and it was incredible. The fights were incredible. It just all lined up. And like, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like, some things, even the lottery, you can win a lottery, you can win money, you can win a car, all these different things. But an experience of a lifetime like that, like, we do meet and greets for the UFC. We get paid to do it. We go out there, we sign a few posters. It's a quick picture with some of the guys. Every now and then they bring us in a lounge with them. But this was way more intimate. This was an experience that, people would never get without Marshall Inu. So it was an experience of a lifetime. I know some of the investors were just absolutely astonished with Ricky Simone being there, Eric Anders, who just was on the Joe Rogan show, who just got a fight. There was a ton of amazing fighters there. We had about 8, I believe about 10 UFC fighters, and we just hung out for like 4 hours. And the fighters didn't even have to hang out for longer than 4 hours, but they ended up staying like almost all the way up to the fights just because they were having such a good time. So it was an amazing experience. It's so cool to see how excited the people were that won the contest, just getting that full on experience. And yeah, man, I know people are excited. There was a lot of people FOMOing. People were hitting me up. Even fighters were hitting me up. Hey, Ian, how do we get to this party? What's going on here? And so there was a ton of FOMO for all the different people. And yeah, make sure you don't miss the next one. Make sure you guys figure out how you can win in the next one, and keep your eyes and ears peeled for the announcements for that, which will be coming real soon.
You guys, I just want to ask, what was the requirements to win to go to the MRI Mansion?
So for this one, it was obviously the NFTs minted less than 22 hours. That is astonishing. I'm seeing other projects not near being able to pull those numbers, and for good reason, right? People who minted 3 NFTs, Dave, got an entry. Every 3 NFTs you minted got you 1 entry into winning the Marshall Inu Mansion contest.
Amazing.
And they picked 10 random winners once all the NFTs were minted. Obviously, people who minted more NFTs had more opportunity to win. and they picked 10 winners, and each one of those 10 winners got to get a +1 to bring with. And if they couldn't make it to the Marshallino Mansion, it wasn't their thing, whatever the case, they got paid out in ETH to the exact amount, which I would never do that because I'm an experienced guy, and that's a lifetime experience, that once in a lifetime. So, but some people might just want the cash. So that's how that was all played out.
That's badass, and that brings me to something, guys. That's tied to the MFC. I wanted to basically, what do you guys think? Because I know Doc, Bryce, and all the boys. We all trying to one up every time. I know it's going to be hard, but what do you think, Ian, for the next Marshall mention that we basically, because the MFC is going to need ring girls, right? We're going to need to have MRI ring girls. So what do you guys think that we host? We do an open call for ring girls, and they have to basically, we provide them the round 1, round 2, round 3, and they basically have to show us a little bit what they're able to do around the pool of the mansion, and whoever's selected will basically get a salary get flown out to whatever the event is, get a salary, and get accommodation and food and stuff like that. So basically, we would have a pretty cool party, I believe, at the next mention. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
We just need to make sure that in every city we make an open call to the lovely ladies of model agencies, and we said we have a X amount. That's a contract. These ring girls needs to be paid, and they need to be paid well for because we're a great company. So I'm thinking that because I'm trying to see like where can we get. How can we turn this captain of our ring girls for the MFC in the most cool way possible, and basically link it with everything that we have already? So I think the mention is pretty cool. I don't know if we are we telling where's the next mention, or we're not there yet.
I think we're going to hold off on that. The alpha will be dropped soon. We can't drop too much alpha in one day.
Exactly.
But I just want to let you guys know, I'll give you guys a hint. Crypto Doc, is that okay if I just give him a little hint?
Dude, you work the ring better than anybody. Hit it.
All right, guys. So here it is. Here's the alpha on the next place. It is one of the most historic, amazing venues in history, with one of the most historic fights, many historic fights that were there. It kind of gives it away, honestly, if you know fighting. But there are many venues that have historic fights, but this is one of the most legendary places in the world, and this is going to be a next level up. Dallas was cool. The fans were amazing. The energy, but I think this is honestly, truly, it's another level up. And you just see Marshallino leveling up every time we come on the Spaces call, and I don't see anything different with this next Marshallino Mansion. Now, Crypto Doc, I don't know. What's the rules, or how are the people going to be picked for the next one? Are we holding off on how we're going to do that?
So, just to kind of recap for everybody, in case you joined in here late, really the updates are we are going to be building our own OTC platform and keeping 100% of the profits, which now we're happy to announce double the percentage is going to be going to both the Fight Club holders and coin holders. We are also building, it's already been over a month in development, our own Marshallino Sports Club. And then, not that it's third, wanted to make sure we got those detailed announcements to you guys first in the Spaces. The big alpha, the Marshallino Fight Championship with our president, Dave Leduc, was being announced today. We've got our first event. We're barreling down on that. We expect Spaces, matchmaking, all of that to happen. We are going to do it, as Dave was saying, how we're going to do our ring girls. It's exactly how we're going to do our matchmaking. We're going to do it in a fun, decentralized manner. We have a ton of people to be able to pull this off. We're super excited. Bryce, anything else I'm missing as we're closing up this Spaces?
Honestly, I think you guys encapsulated it all very well. It's phenomenal. Again, this ride has been truly amazing to see all the people that I've been able to meet and the community we've been able to build. But again, to see what we're moving forward with MRIFC, to see what we're moving forward with the SportsBook, and then now the OTC platform as well. Again, it's a lot of hard work, but it's so exciting to see it all. Like, I remember looking at the footage from the Dallas mansion and to see everyone having fun. Truly amazing,